You have many different sides, and each one is beautiful in its own way. But my favorite is when you let your guard down and show me the real you, the one who smiles without fear, laughs with abandon, and loves without hesitation. Of all your different sides, the one that melts my heart the most is when you let me see the depth of your soul, when your eyes soften and I can feel the warmth of your love surrounding me. You have 100 sides to you, but the one I cherish the most is when you're completely vulnerable with me, trusting me with your innermost thoughts, feelings, and dreams. Your multifaceted nature is what makes you extraordinary, but my favorite side of you is when you look at me with those soft eyes, as if I'm the only one in the world who matters to you. There are so many layers to you, and I love them all, but when you laugh freely, without worry or care, that's the side of you that makes me fall in love with you all over again. You are a masterpiece with many shades and colors, but my favorite one is when you show me your tender heart, the side that cares deeply, loves fiercely, and holds me close like I'm your treasure. You wear many hats, but the one that captivates me is when you are just yourself, unfiltered, raw, and authentic. That's when I see the real beauty of who you are. Of all the sides you show, the one I can't resist is when you smile at me with that look of absolute adoration, as if I'm the only one who truly knows you, and you're safe in my love. You have a complex and beautiful spirit, but the side of you I love the most is when you're completely relaxed, your laughter filling the air like music, making me feel like I'm home. You are like a diamond with many facets, each one catching the light in a different way. But my favorite side of you is the one that shines brightest when we're alone, when you let me see the depths of your love. There's a quiet strength in you that captivates me, but my favorite side is when you let your walls down and allow yourself to be soft, vulnerable, and open with me. You have many layers, but the one that stays with me the most is when you're gentle, kind, and loving, reminding me that in a world full of chaos, you're my safe place. Your personality is like a puzzle, with so many pieces that come together to create something beautiful. But the piece I love the most is the one where you love me with your whole heart, unreservedly. You have many sides that draw me in, but my favorite is when you look at me with that mischievous smile, like we share a secret only the two of us know. You're strong, brave, and unshakable, but my favorite side of you is when you let yourself be tender, when you hold me close and remind me that even the strongest hearts need love. You're a complex person with so many different sides, but the one that melts me is when you let me into your quiet moments, when you're reflective and thoughtful, and I get to see the depths of your soul. Your laughter is infectious, and that's one of my favorite sides of you, the way you can light up a room just by being yourself, unburdened by the weight of the world. You have many sides that I adore, but the one that holds me captive is when you look at me like I'm the most important person in your life, and I can see the love in your eyes. You're a mosaic of emotions, but my favorite side is when you show me your playful heart, the part of you that isn't afraid to be silly, to laugh, and to make the most of every moment. You're a mystery with so many sides to uncover, but my favorite is the one that comes out when we're alone, when your heart is open and you show me just how deeply you care. You have 1,000 different sides to you, But the one I love the most is when you show me your passion, when your eyes light up, and I can feel the intensity of your love. You have many sides that intrigue me, but my favorite is when you're soft and loving, when you let me in and show me the tenderness that you hide from the rest of the world. You're a kaleidoscope of emotions, but the one that captures me is when you show me your quiet strength, the part of you that doesn't need to speak, but still says everything with your presence. You're a beautiful contradiction, strong yet gentle, bold yet soft. But my favorite side of you is when you're just with me, completely unguarded, letting your heart speak without words. You are many things to many people, but to me, my favorite side is when you're mine, when you show me the love and affection that you keep hidden from the rest of the world. You have so many different sides, but the one that draws me in the most is when you're thoughtful and introspective, sharing your deepest thoughts with me as if I'm the only one who could ever understand. You are a tapestry of emotions and stories, but my favorite side is when you let me see the threads of your heart, the parts of you that are woven with love, hope, and tenderness. You have many layers that intrigue me, but the one I adore most is when you're completely present with me, as if the whole world fades away and it's just us, wrapped in each other's love. Your personality is like a book with many chapters, and each one is fascinating. But my favorite is the chapter where you love without fear, where your heart beats for me and only me. You have so many different faces you show the world, but the one I love is when you're completely raw with me. No pretenses, just you. Authentic, vulnerable, and so beautifully real. There's a side of you that's playful and full of joy, and that's the part I can't get enough of. The way your laughter lights up a room and makes me feel like I'm the luckiest person alive. You have many moods and emotions, but the side that steals my heart every time is when you're quietly thoughtful, when you share your deepest dreams and desires with me. You're like a river, ever changing and flowing. But my favorite side of you is when you're calm and still, when you hold me close and let me feel the depth of your love. Your spirit is multifaceted, but the side I love most is when you're soft and gentle with me, when your touch is light and your words are filled with warmth and affection. You have many dimensions, but the one that captivates me is when you're completely at ease, when you let your walls down and show me the parts of yourself that no one else gets to see. You are an ocean of emotions, with waves that crash and calm, but my favorite side of you is when you're peaceful, when you let me drift alongside you, sharing in your quiet moments. You are many things to many people, but to me, my favorite side is the one where you are completely mine, where you look at me with a love that's undeniable, and I know I'm home. You have many strengths, but the side I love the most is when you allow yourself to be vulnerable with me, trusting me with your fears and insecurities, knowing I'll always cherish you. You have a wild, adventurous side, and I love that about you. But my favorite is when you're soft and tender, when you hold me in your arms and remind me that love is our greatest adventure. You are many things, but the side of you I love most is when you're carefree, when you laugh without restraint and let your joy fill the space between us, making me fall deeper for you. You have a heart that's vast and complex, but my favorite side of you is when you love with simplicity, when your affection for me is clear, honest, and unshakable. You are a puzzle with many pieces, but the one that fits best with me is when you're at your most genuine, when you let your heart lead and show me the purest form of your love. You have many sides that intrigue me, but my favorite is when you're completely open, when you let me see the love in your eyes, the passion in your heart, and the dreams you hold close. You're like a song with many verses, but the melody I love most is when you let your love for me shine through, clear and true, without any hesitation or doubt. You have a quiet strength that I admire, but my favorite side of you is when you allow yourself to be soft, when you lean into me and let me hold you in the gentleness of our love. You're full of energy and life, but the side of you that captures my heart is when you slow down, when you look at me with love in your eyes and remind me that together we are unstoppable. You are many things to the world, but to me, my favorite side is when you're just you, flawed, perfect, and completely mine, with no masks, no barriers, just love. You are a whirlwind of emotions, but the side I love most is when you're peaceful and calm, when you let me in to the quiet corners of your heart, where love flows effortlessly. You have many sides that amaze me, but the one that makes me fall deeper for you every day is when you're completely vulnerable, trusting me with your heart and soul, knowing I'll always protect them. You are a blend of light and shadow, but my favorite side is when you're shining brightest, when your love for me radiates from your every word and action, and I know I'm truly loved. You have many roles in life, but the one I treasure most is when you're simply my love, when your focus is on us and our connection, and nothing else matters. You are a masterpiece of emotions, and my favorite part of that painting is when you let your love for me brush every stroke, filling my world with color and life. You have many sides, but the one I adore the most is when you're completely free, when you let your love for me guide you, unafraid to show me just how deeply you care.